or should deal with our, I'd say, inevitable differences. That's only human to have differing opinions. But we should do it in a peaceful, ethical, Islamic manner that never sacrifices the greatest blessing that Allah has given to this ummah, the brotherhood and sisterhood, which is described in the Quran as if you spend the whole wealth on earth, you will not do it, addressing the Prophet ﷺ, but it was Allah who brought their hearts together. لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله ألف بينهم. Fourthly, I think in many organizations throughout my travels, I noticed that one organization, for example, plans a regional meeting or conference, and then they send invitation to other organizations. And sometimes it happened with me. You go as a speaker in a given place, and some people in the same city, they say, we didn't hear of it. They tell me afterwards, we never heard about it. So it's not only information. Whenever there is a regional activity, all phases should be jointly shura, as Dr. Muzammil was reminding us. It's not just to get the name of one organization or the other. Let's work collaboratively. We get everybody involved, not in the activity or attending or inviting, in the planning or setting of the program. And that gets people involved. And then you get more critical mass for maximum benefit. Fifthly, if you're not doing that already, I have no idea, it may not be a bad idea to have some guest imam, rotating imams, maybe every month sometimes, get some other imam from some other center that foster that sense of brotherhood and unity, that it's not this versus that. We're all working together. We're listening to one another. 5 out of 6. So we're almost there. Together, we need to enhance our interaction with the larger society and the nation at large. How? 4 things. I believe that we need to brainstorm, because nobody has the answer fully. We have to work together. Brainstorm to see how can we achieve positive integration without isolation or assimilation. And that, as a concept, is very nice and attractive. Positive integration without isolation or assimilation. But what we need to do is how can we go about it so that we become full partners with our fellow citizens without losing our identity. Secondly, we need to reach out to our neighbors, the interfaith community, the civic society, public servants, politicians who represent us, for that matter. And that's very essential for many reasons, at the most important of which is to remove the misconceptions that are rife in the internet, in publication, in media, especially with the field being open to the Islamophobes riding the wave of 9/11. Thirdly, not to demand more than our entitlement as citizens, but accepting nothing less. And fourthly, to be open to collaboration, alliance making with all segments in society. We don't have to all agree on all the agendas of any organization. Suffice to agree on one particular cause that is of interest to everybody, people of faith, no faith, civil society. Why not? We take a lesson from the Prophet ﷺ, who was a party in the pre-Islamic days to a pact about justice, Hilf al-Fudul. And after Islam, he didn't say that's cancelled because Islam is perfect. He said, if it's invoked today, I will respond, because it was about justice. All right, you might have better concept of justice, but at least you have a common ground to extend your hands with others. And there are many of them. The issues of peace, justice, the rule of law that seem to have taken lots of beating in recent years. The rule of law, the arbitrary arrest, imprisonment for years, in prison now and ask later, torture now and ask later. That's not acceptable. And if we say that, well, it's affecting only one segment of society, wait until others get affected by that. That's for the interest of the country and the interest of the world as well, that the rule of law will be respected and all these exceptional measures under whatever excuses are unacceptable. The last point to keep in mind, hopefully, that together also we need to relate and feel that we are members of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not that we made it here and we had nice income, nice homes, and nice jobs, as if the suffering of our brothers and sisters doesn't really count. But I'd like to extend it more than that even. The suffering of any human being. There are even some jurists who said that you can pay zakah even to non-Muslims. There is a difference of opinion. But some actually say that a non-Muslim needy also can receive your zakah. So we need also to have that wider perspective in terms of our charitable work and our obligation towards those who are less fortunate than we are. We have to also explain, it's not only financial help, to explain their grievances, because some of their grievances are legitimate. Some injustices are done to Muslims. They are on the receiving side of a great deal of injustice. The Palestinian issue, of course, is the most clear example of this. We have to explain, to counteract the powerful media magnet and the influence that they exert on the public as best as we can. We may not have all the CNNs and Foxes and Wolves and all of that, but even truth doesn't require that much facilities. We need to do whatever we can. To conclude, yes, together we can, inshallah, but it is not a slogan. It's not electioneering. When we say that, we have to understand that this is a grave responsibility, that we are facing myriad of complex, interrelated and interdependent problems that cannot be covered in 15 minutes or 15 days, maybe 15 years even. But we have to start. We have to have a vision. Out of that vision, we need a strategy, and then we need to make plans, go around, discover our way, evaluate, and correct. And finally, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if the niyyah, the intent is there, the purity of intention is there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless even the smallest steps or little work that we'll be doing. May Allah help us all fulfill that responsibility and bless us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.